Yeah, very.
Very nice. There was a bridge and didn't know it was going under it. Because I was seeing that side of the school. It was like up there. So they have to wait for all this. This one, like some people have to wait for us. We got time already over.
I was always standing right below you.
So I do see a couple seals on either side of us. One just dove off the right, but definitely keep those eyes peeled for those
Right
harbors.
there, he just went under.
Where at?
Right there where that water's rippling. Don't mean it's gonna pop back up there, but. Comparatively, these look like pretty small locks.
Oh, wow. Seal right there, just one right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right here.
yeah.
You see his nose.
Yep.
Here, you see him right here?
Oh, it's got some head
Right here, you see him?
Yeah. Hey, bud.
That's cute. You get a picture of him?
Sequence.
Turn his head over.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna call him in or nothing.
There he goes. There's another one right there.
Yep.
Take it easy.
Hoping somebody will throw him something.
I didn't see him when I turned around, and then it's like, oh, cool.
This was on a walk and looked down.
And of course, not time for a picture. But the eyes got to see us, so that's awesome. Another one out there or something.
Yep.
Yep. So does this control the level of Lake Washington? This dam?
Where's the guy?
Oh.
We're in it, just about.
Never got through locks. That's the other thing. Sometimes it's been over a year. Occasionally locks will get stuck.
Oh, really?
Boats will just get stuck.
Oh, great. Hopefully it's not us.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, it's been a minute since it's happened.
That'd be a good thing. It doesn't happen real often.
No, I'm not certain. I imagine they tried to fix whatever it was called. I think it was like maybe 2 summers ago.
It's a pretty tight fit for this boat.
Both sides.
Come right in.
Oh, dang. Where you get your breather.
lock right now. So up ahead of us there, it's going to be that kind of turquoise colored tug pushing that big barge of gravel. So if you look to the left of us, since we're pretty high up here now, you should be able to see around us. So that's the inside of the large chamber. So you can really get an idea of size difference between the large. So with that, I'm going to jump off of the microphone, drive us in out of here. Josh will be on to give you all the rest of the tour. Welcome to the freshwater.
Maybe next summer when you have time off, right?
We always have stuff on the list.
The to-do
Always new
list?
stuff to do.
There is a Japanese restaurant. Just like Randy mentioned, I looked ahead. This was a You brought it up and I looked it up.
Salt water varies based on the tides. So this water is always higher than the salt water, so a boat can't just swoop right up here to the fresh water. So we have to enter that little chamber. They seal us in there on either side. Essentially, then we're just in this big bathtub, and they can either fill